And good. I have no clue what time it is. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. Good something. No, this will not be a video that I am going to be fast forwarding everything so we can get to the end. No, this is going to be a video where we actually are going to be talking a little bit. Now, granted, I'm not feeling my best. I have a horrible headache, and I am trying to just eat something to see if it clears up, but it may not. But sorry, I don't write scripts for any of this stuff. But since people do want to hear me talk, hi Michael, by the way, go visit his channel at Battle Cry Gaming and let him know that his good friend Brandon the Broker needs to be the WWE champion. Check out my cool bottle, by the way. My cool UBC bottle. Maybe I should just show you a little bit of around. It's not Miss Shea Butter's aesthetic, but it's pretty cool. Oh, by the way, here is the little. This is actually going to go in a few weeks. I'm getting a new one. Yeah, got a couple nails, which is funny because I cut this hand. Didn't get around to cutting this hand. Weird. Hi, everybody. All right. Let's get back to this. So we're going to start prepping for midterm project. Because as we all know, midterm projects come around, and if we're not ready for them, they sneak up. We don't do them, and before we know it, I've wasted money at school for no reason. Which I'm pretty sure some people will say I wasted money on school anyway. Alright, so let's go over this because, God forbid, we gotta read all this. Publication of yada yada yada, who cares? Let's go to the next one. So, this project is going to be more of a research law project, and I don't know why I signed up for this. I think I was going through a midlife crisis. But I have to prepare 2 written projects. One by, I think, February 7th, and the other one by the middle of March 15th. That's the end of our term. I really don't feel good, but let's go through this. So, project 1 is on lessons 1 through 4, yada yada. Now, you should assume that your report will be read by someone who has some general real estate knowledge, but who is less familiar with the area than you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the reason I got out of truck driving. I know a lot, but there's always that person that sits in the office who thinks they know more, and they're going to grade me on my work. A work they can't do. Hi, Derek Kale. How are you? Nah, I'm joking. So this is 9 times out of 10 going to be read by one of the professors, and those professors are very smart people. Seem like really cool people. Love them. Very helpful. They were helpful well before I even signed up to do this, so thank you. You must write your report specifically to address the information needs of this person. Okay, I should stop reading the phone and read it from the thing so they can understand and apply your work. Boy, good luck on that one. It is your job to focus the reader and provide him/her with the relevant information needed to make an informed decision. No rambling. That's what I just got from that. Submitting an excessively long report to this person is likely to be similarly inappropriate to a report that is too short. Okay, folks, if you've ever worked with me, if you've ever had me in a class, if you've ever really just sat and talked to me, you'll know one of two things. There's going to be a very short conversation full of yep, nope, or it's going to be me rambling for 5 hours about God knows what. So you're pretty much asking me to cut it in the middle. Okay, fine. As such, brevity would be considered a positive point by the reviewer of your report. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's shift our focus for a second. Brevity. Concise and exact use of words in writing and speech. Okay, so pretty much it means to the point, which means never mind. Let's not go there. Okay. You will need to exercise some judgment as to what is not relevant and does not need to be included. Very good point. Very good point. If you are in doubt, you may wish to contact the course tutor or your fellow students on the course discussion forum in order to discuss what they are doing and get their advice. I have actually not yet reached out to any of the other students yet. That may be a good idea. If y'all hear me, I got some fries. I needed something on my stomach. Below are some specific guidelines for preparing and submitting your project. Because I heard you, Michael. Hi, Michael. More importantly, hi, Michael's sister. Font of 11 point or larger, 12 preferred. You are going to get 11.5. I don't know why I just did that, but okay. Preferred line spacing is 1.5. Minimum 1-inch margins, preferably 1.5. Right margin to leave room for notes from the marker. No. All sources of information relied upon in producing your submission should be carefully documented in a bibliography or a line of reference. This is the important one right here because H Bomber guy on here, go check him out, just did a very good video on plagiarism. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not cool to plagiarize. Maybe use a line or two, give him credit for it. Give them actual credit for it, but please don't do the whole, I'm going to take somebody else's stuff and rip it off as your own. That's not cool. Do not submit copies of case law, leases, or contracts in your online submission. Good idea. Very good idea. Please don't do it. And yes, there are people who do stuff like that. Trust me, I've seen it before where they'll do it, but they'll do it to kind of get their page count up. It doesn't work, folks. Trust me. Keep in mind your assignment submission is expected to be logically organized and appear professional. This ain't high school. Thank God. Your project is submitted online following the instructions on the submit written projects link. Okay, let's go back over here for a second. Just easier to turn the whole thing. We'll just come over here, check this out, and it will be right under here. This is actually a really cool thing that they do. So it's called Turn It In. And there's both my classes right there. I haven't checked the Business 100 yet, but it tells us both of them right here. We really got to focus on 1 and 2. I don't know what the revisions are, but I figure I'll ask about it later on. But I actually like Turn It In, because the only thing I've heard about Turn It In that's a bad thing is sometimes you can write your paper so well that it thinks that AI wrote it, and now you'll have to prove that you wrote your stuff. And I plan on doing that by actually vlogging me doing the whole my whole research and paper. That way, if they ever say, well, then again, I don't think it's going to be that good, but that way, if they try to say, hey, you plagiarized or you used AI to do your work for you. No, I didn't. Here it is right here. Okay, most students find that 10 to 15 pages is sufficient to answer the project questions adequately. The limit is 15 pages. The marker will not read submissions beyond 15 pages. Note that the 15-page limit does not include appendices if used. Brevity is key. The goal is to make your point clearly and succinctly, whatever. Saying no more or less than necessary. Once again, folks, it depends on what we're talking about. If we're talking about wrestling, yep, we're going to talk a lot. If we're talking about politics, okay. Okay, so this is the part that I'm going to hate the most. Part A, select the questions on 1 through 4. Okay. Part B is the field project. I think the field project is the one I'm going to be, actually is going to be choosing between 2 or 3. But these are all kind of easy. Not really easy. I think number 2 is going to be easy because I'm already a real estate agent. So I would kind of know that a little bit better. Wait. Okay. So that's part A. Part B is part of a, I actually have it right here somewhere. So this is actually part B. Part B is we're doing like a lease title search. And I got the lease right here. Hold on. Here's the lease right here. So we already got it. I honestly got a little excited when I saw we were going to do a title search, because I was going to do a title search on either my mom's house or my dad's house if they allowed it. But then I saw that, no, they already got the title that we're going to use. So, okay, that's cool. But we're going to go through it and we're going to answer things like, describing charges and liens, which I see an easement. I see a builder's lien. Briefly discuss the principles of the torrent system. I'm still actually learning more about the torrent system, so that's probably going to be the hardest part, because the torrent system is not used here in the United States, so it's going to be a little bit different, and all of that cool stuff. And then we got to do one of 2 things. Either A, we have to actually go and attend a court meeting, a court hearing. Says we got to attend for an hour. Let me see. You are to prepare a summary report on a current trial, To complete this project, you will need to attend a courthouse in your jurisdiction and view a trial in progress. Now, this is the part that gets a little hard for me. Do they want an American court or do they want a Canadian court? Two very different court systems, folks. And I've never watched anything. I don't know anything about the Canadian court system except for what I've been reading in the book. So I'm going to have to ask them about that one. And another thing that's been kind of really, I'm not sure of. Do they want any case or do they want something dealing with real estate law? I'm not sure, but we're going to figure that one out. You must watch the trial proceedings for a minimum of 1 hour and prepare a summary of what you saw and heard. You must include the following information: the style of cause of the case, plaintiff versus defendant, or Regina versus accused. It's pronounced Regina, not Regina. I caught hell the first time I said Regina. It's Regina. The courthouse the trial was being heard at, the date you attended, the name of the judge presiding on the case, and whether or not a jury was present. Let me just stop and say for a second. To those of you who've ever done jury duty before, my hearts go out to y'all. It really does. Y'all are like the most, number one, underpaid is amazing. It's an understatement. But the food is good. Depending on the case, the food is really good. The names of the lawyers. A brief summary of the facts. If it is not possible to explain the case in full from what you saw, give details of what happened while you were watching. So I'm wondering if they want us to watch a case. But what happens if we get there and it's just, motion, continuance motions or motions to dismiss, and it's not an actual trial that day? I've been in court more times than I care to even want to be, whether it was as a child or grown up. I really don't want to go to court, but it's better me not being in either of the seats, defendant or plaintiff seat, and just being in the press box. That's cool. It's not really a press box, but it's really the peanut gallery. Optional. An excellent addition to your report would be information on the issues in the case, legal principles involved, case law relied upon. While it may be difficult to find this information from your brief visit, any additional legal interpretation you can offer would strengthen your report. So once again, this is also a, can I get a case that has something to do with real estate? That's easy for me to explain. Note: a list of the trials occurring on any given day is posted at the courthouse. Make sure you're attending a portion of a trial, not a chambers hearing or a sentencing. Why not? I would love to see some people get sentenced, especially people that, you ever been in court before and you've seen somebody literally get sentenced longer on something that shouldn't even been that long because they just can't keep their mouth shut? I literally had a homeboy. He was only supposed to do 6 months. His case was the maximum he was supposed to get was 6 months. But because he could not keep his mouth shut and started threatening everybody, he ended up with 3 years. He's still in prison right now. So you went from 6 months in county to 3 years in state. He has a PhD. I'm not shitting you, folks. Let me see. The court clerk or court reporter is one in attendance. If one's in attendance, may be able to help you with the information you require if the court is not in session. However, be very careful not to interrupt them if they are working. Please don't. Please don't do that. It is customary to bow to the judge. When? Hold on. Okay. This is the United States. We rise for the judge. If I bow to the judge, me and him gonna do some Mortal Kombat. Okay? By the way, go check out Battle Cry Gaming and tell Michael, he needs to let me talk to his sister. Hi, Michael. You may be asked who you are, as there can be proceedings where reporters are not allowed to reveal evidence. I'm only there for a grade. I ain't got no evidence. It is a good idea to leave your backpacks and large bags at home, as these may be searched, or you may be asked to leave them outside the courtroom for security reasons. Do not bring bags into the courtroom. I don't care who you are. Leave them out. Okay? Because some of y'all is crazy. Unless you bring some Popeyes in. If you bring in Popeyes and you sharing, you my dog. There may be information on the internet or elsewhere regarding trial proceedings. You are not allowed to rely on this information. It is mandatory that you are discussing your own personal observations. Relying on the summaries carried out by others is considered plagiarism. Once again, shout out to H Bomber Guy. We all know what plagiarism is. If you never watched the H Bomber Guy video, highly entertaining, also highly frustrating, but highly entertaining. So, with that being said, let's look at the second one real quick before we make our decision which one we're going to do. Carry out a search of decisions relevant to your jurisdiction and prepare case briefs for 3 different cases related to a single issue. Now, the reason I like this one a little bit better is because I can now involve real estate. So I can find things like representation, misrepresentation, as I said, commission law, broken by a broker agreement, stuff like that. Actually, I might actually do that one. Use the case brief format set out in Lesson 1 of your course manual for your briefs. As a part of your report, briefly discuss the theory of precedence and how this is or is not reflected in the decisions you brief. You are welcome to choose an area of law that is of interest to you. For example, host liability, along with cases from the provincial courts in your province. Ladies and gentlemen, that sounds good to me. It is allowable to use decisions from administrative tribunals as long as they are written decisions and enough facts are present to allow you to do a case brief. Is there more to this? There's got to be more to this. While you must brief 3 separate cases, you may find it interesting to review cases at the Supreme Court level. Or at the BC Court of Appeal to see how successive courts differ in the applications of law. Tracing a decision backwards may make the project both interesting and informative. Also, you will find that lower courts will often provide more information about the parties and facts. However, if you choose to do this, note that tracing a single case through multiple levels of court only counts as one of the 3 cases briefed. Okay, folks, so let me tell you something, and this is something that we say in truck driving school. If it's an example that we use, somebody has tried to do it before. Somebody tried to use a case from the lower court, the appeals court, and the Supreme Court, and said it's 3 different cases. No, same court. It's same case. Good try, though. Very good try. So I think that's it for this one. Yep, because we go right into the second one. I don't really want to focus on the second one right now. We'll focus on the second one after we turn this one in. So, as appealing as it could be to actually go into the court, we don't know what we're going to be getting. And I don't like that, because we don't know what kind of case we're going to get. We can get a little bit of anything, and I would honestly rather have a case that has something to do with real estate. So I think for me, I'm going to do option number 2, question 2. Wait, one of question 2 or 3. Okay, question 3, I guess. And we're going to carry out a search of decisions. And I really do want to make it something like I say, buyer-broker agreements or something like that. Actually, first, I got to contact the school and see if I can actually do that, or if it's going to make me do British Columbia. I don't know why I keep trying to touch the screen. This is not a touch screen. So that's how that's going. Now we can kind of shrink this back down and go back over here. So, what am I learning in school? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm learning that the United States and Canada, even though they sit right across the border from each other, boy, are they different. It's almost as different as Washington and Oregon. They sit right there next to each other. Everybody thinks they're so buddy-buddy. No, they're not, folks. They are 2 drastically different places. So, that's that. Now, how am I doing? I'm good. Working hard. Studying hard. I'm actually getting ready to do something real crazy soon. And I mean real crazy. I'm going to try 30 days. Actually, I'm going to actually try it 1 week first. 1 week, nothing but protein powder. That's it. Nothing else. And if that goes well for a week, I'm going to extend it to 2 weeks. then 3 weeks. Then a maximum of 30 days. I won't go no further than that, but I will at least try a week. I saw Will Tennyson do it, thought it was a good idea, so we're gonna go with it. As far as how school going, school is going really good. As you can see right here, I got for this class, I got my assignments in. You have an invalid course for assignment history. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Wait. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So I was right. Let's go back to my courses. Let's look over here. Now this is where we gotta get a little tricky, because now I gotta worry about we gotta go up here to 1. And I guess we will go over to the courts of British Columbia. Actually, the video that I'm gonna make on this is gonna be really cool. I guess we want to go to Supreme Court. Rules, procedures, and forms. Or we can go to recent judgments. Supreme Court. I guess it won't tell us exactly what it is, but I guess we could research that out. Alright, we're going to research that later. Anyway, folks, good little chat. Try to talk to you a lot as it was, but talk to you next time.